So hi again, my name is Kensley, and this is my project, my open book project as part of the DOT 4D initiative. So yes, welcome. So basic slides. So I would like to start to just say a few things about myself, just to know. So I am a mechanical engineer. I'm currently doing my MPhil in engineering education. I have been the head tutor for engineering drawing at UCT since 2017. And I have also taught EGD in high school in the past, at secondary level. And something on the side, I do quite a bit of art. Some artwork of my own, just portraits, painting. It's what I like to do. I just thought I had to say it. Okay? So, and basically, so my textbook project is on engineering drawing. So I'd like to just say a few words about it before going on, because I don't know about everyone's background. So just going over engineering drawing itself. So if I could define engineering drawing, it's basically the universal language that links major stakeholders in the technological world. So between designers, engineers, and the manufacturers, that is the workshop themselves. So that is the link, okay? And of course, hence, it's a very, very essential tool for engineering students to have. So it is taught as a first-year course to engineering student at university. And an example of an engineering drawing, basically all the information required to produce a part, a component, etc. So, and coming on to a little saying, some people might say, and many, many engineers may even think so, like engineers can't draw. But think about, as I think of it, is drawing or the ability to be able to sketch is one of the most useful tools to have to just showcase an idea or concept. You know, quick sketch and transmit that information. So as a quote from Ferguson from long, long ago, but just saying much of a creative thought of our designers of the technological world is nonverbal, not easily reducible to words. Language is an object or picture or visual image in the mind. And this intellectual component of technology, which is non-literary, non-scientific, has gone under notice because of its origin from art, you know? But still, very useful, very major part of it. Yes. So, and as, I don't know if I can point, but in this discipline, being able to visualize things from 3D, 2D images to be able to make the links, so that is the spatial visualization ability is quite key. So I would like to go over that quickly. So basically, spatial visualization is defined as the ability to be able to mentally visualize, manipulate, rotate objects, to be able to identify the details you need, etc. Okay? So as said, an example, say you're given an object and you were requested to identify details as seen in particular directions or views. So it's not the easiest, but it's possible if with certain training and skills, you can get there. So hence, it's a very, past research has shown that it's a very useful skill to have in the field of science and technology, contributes to creativity and problem-solving scenarios and stuff, and itself is a strong desired learning outcome of an engineering drawing course, okay? So, and also it's a good thing to have as well as entering the course, okay? So, yes, ma'am. Oh. So, as I said before, I'm doing my MPhil in engineering education. And this, before I come to explaining the gap, is actually the main reason behind the open textbook and also my MPhil project itself. So feedback from the past years have shown that quite a portion of students struggle with engineering drawing, the course, but more specifically with not being able to visualize correctly. So they're given a component, parts, or drawings, standard drawings, and they can't make the link. That's mainly, and that's how I call it the gap. That's mainly of the few main factors that come into play. So first thing, students have either done or not EGD in high school. So they come in with this background, sometimes they haven't drawn in their life before. So they find it quite alienating, quite different. And then, of course, in the South African context, quite some students come from disadvantaged backgrounds. So they may or may not have had access to the same level, quality of educational resources. So then learning is slower. I mean, it's different. They learn at a different place and different things, of course. So hence my MPhil project, and as I will come to it, the open book project itself is linked in that way that the project focuses on analyzing and trying to find a remedy for the gap. So it's bridging the gap in the spatial visualization ability first-year engineering students in South Africa. Okay? So next, before I come to it, I apologize, just not enough practice, but yes. So I put together this little flow chart, which summarizes I would call it a vicious circle, but it's present everywhere. University is a new environment for students straight out of high school, and many students may tend to fall in that vicious circle. So I will take an example of someone, a first-year student who comes to engineering program, okay? So new discipline, new environment, of course, a little schematic, I could, yes, but just follow. So there are big classes and limited time, of course. And then, as I said, students come in with a certain background, so some have never done drawing before. So of course, now they struggle to learn this new discipline. They need extra help. They need a one-on-one attention. But that's very hard to get. So then, of course, the progress is slow, and then they start getting stressed about it, and they need the extra help, of course. Unfortunately, the prescribed book for the course, it's an excellent book. But books are expensive, they get even more expensive by the day, and that's not the best thing for this course in our context. And it's in international standards, so not the best, not most adequate to our situation. And then, of course, this creates more stress, more confusion. Students try to take pictures from their mates' book or go to the library. So it's not the best situation. So then that causes more stress. Progress is slow, lack of motivation, which contributes to a negative attitude towards the course. Not just drawing, but engineering as a whole now. It's like there's this kind of repulsion. So, and then that feeds back to them not performing as good as they could. So yes, so eventually they may fail, perform badly, and then, as you know, leads to degree being extended, which, of course, incurs more cost for the student and institution itself. So this is the gap, as I called it, and the vicious circle. So thinking about that, what possible solutions that could be implemented? Of course, like, we could implement novel teaching methods, which, of course, takes extra time and cost. Additional classes for those who are struggling, again, time and cost, which is not really available for first-year timetable, engineering timetable, or a pre-course visualization training, which will just like give them hints, you know, prepare them for this new discipline they're about to learn. But that also we do not, unfortunately, it's time and cost again. So what could be done? So now we come with a book idea, open book idea, of course. So this started as a simple conversation amongst tutors, drawing tutors. So we were just talking, you know, helping students, making their lives easier, etc., hoping to make their lives easier. But we identified that the prescribed book was not being used as openly by all the students, you know. And then especially because I mean, if you check at the bookstore, it's quite on the 3 digits, you know, so the price is quite there. So it's not being used, like one or a couple of students will buy it and then the rest will just take pictures and just make a plan, try to make a plan out of that. So yes, and then the prescribed book, as I said, it's an international book. So it's not entirely to South African standards. And then so we had this idea, maybe try develop our own resources because we had experience in teaching this and maybe sell it, make some money, you know, money is good, it just makes life easier. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. So then came DOT4D. So this lovely initiative by the Center for Innovation in Learning and Teaching, which was an opportunity to get professional advice and support to develop a nice book, a very, very adequate piece of resource for students. And this opportunity to, Jesus, I'm not even reading, but yes, to tailor-make resources for this particular course. And of course, what I said, professional advice and so. And also, this would be an opportunity to remediate on the visualization gap that has been identified. So this book would include certain type of training, extra training, so in a self-teach, self-learn format for the students to go on in their own time. And then just bridge the gap, getting closer and just warm up before they get to the actual course content, okay? And it's free for all, it's good, it's what we want. Because selling a book, it's good, of course there's quality involved, a lot of knowledge, but then in this context, big numbers, big classes, and then cost, finance, etc. It's not the best idea, okay? So coming to next, what is going to make my book different from existing? Of course, there are not thousands, but a couple of hundred books out there that I'm sure teach engineering drawing very well. What I decided and try to implement in the book and will implement in the book is trying to avoid the need for, because many students, when they struggle, next option, because they don't get extra help in the class, they go to private tutoring. Private tutoring is good, but then, of course, extra money, it's like 100 Rand an hour or more. You know, it gets the additional cost. So I'm going to try, we are designing it to avoid this. How is this going to happen is literally from my own experience and of course insight, surrounding insight, is just to add every single hint, tip, and trick to guide them back in the right way. So, and then of course there is going to be a fully dedicated visualization section, which is new, which I don't think at present books have it, to my knowledge, okay? And of course, it's going to be 100% to South African standards, so fully suited for the course itself. Will contain enough exercises, practice for the students to familiarize and get better and just get there, just get so good. They're just top, all class toppers, yes. But yes, and of course, 100% of the content will be generated by myself, my own experience inside. Sure. So making the book, the process of making a book, I have already, oh yes, thank you. 2 minutes left, deadline soon. I'm almost done. So that has already started, as I have already produced a few chapters, just bear with me. For now, which I have implemented in this first semester of 2019. So for now, they are in a very skeletal format, so basic structures and then styling. And we have given that to students as an extra support. So if they need the help, they will go to it. Of course, it's just like having a tutor at home, just guiding you through the work covered, and just like making sure that you get rid of those bad habits of like, which tend to just take you away and waste time and not be so much efficient. Yes, so eventually implemented it in first semester. We will get feedback from the students on the content and styling, which is very good opportunity for the students themselves to be part of this. And then, oh, sorry about that. Yes, so of course, by the end of first semester, I'll be compiling more content, literature, graphics, hint, tip, and tricks. And then this will be an ongoing process. So as I go along, there will be quality checks through the course lecturer, through the Center for Innovation, Learning and Teaching, of course, and the quality assurance party. So feedback, what could I improve, change, make it more user-friendly, more presentable. I mean, make it look very professional. Let's try to be there, you know, competitor. Just, yes, you know what I mean. And then finally, with valuable funds that we have obtained from CILT, we will buy a proper image editing software and make it the best we can. And then the final prototype is aimed to be ready by end of this year, start of next year, to be implemented first semester 2020, hopefully. Yes. So summary of my goals: develop an awesome book. Best, just get it there, win an award. I'm joking, but yeah. All right. So, and address and hopefully bridge the gap in the visualization skills of students. Eliminate the issue of increasing costs of textbooks. I mean, knowledge, we're not selling knowledge, we're just sharing it. The opportunity for students to give a voice and be part of this project itself. And then, of course, last but not least, improve the students' learning experience of the course of engineering drawing and engineering as a whole. So with this, I say thank you for bearing with me. And to DOT4D, the Center for Innovation and Learning and Teaching, sorry. And then IDRC, the Development Research Center. And wish me luck. Thank you very much.